I wasn't expecting one little bottle of essential oil change my evening routine, but here we are. About 10 days ago, I started using a new, to me, doTERRA product that has a really interesting effect. My nightly sweets cravings have almost gone away. I'm not saying that it's magic or that it replaces healthy eating or strength training. If you know me at all, you know that I'm all about healthy habits, strength training, eating high protein, eating the right amount of calories, getting enough sleep, reducing your stress. But that said, supplements can be very, very useful too, especially when they're good quality supplements. And the right supplements can absolutely support you if your goals are to get fitter and lose weight. I've been using doTERRA products for about 5 months now, and I'm using quite a few of them. But today I want to share with you the 5 products that, in my opinion, are really important for those who want to lose weight, get fitter, get stronger, and put on muscle. I call these 5 products my lean living kit. Now, I've been using doTERRA products for just 5 months, not for years. But what I'm going to share with you are the products that I found and I kept going back to and ordering again because I genuinely benefited from them. We're going to start from my newest find, which is this. It is called MetaPWR Essential Oil. And this is my newest find, and I've only been using this specific oil for 10 days. Literally just found it. But the effect it has on me, it's quite mind-blowing. My nightly cravings have gone way down. And if this is something that you want to accomplish, I think this tiny little oil can help you as well. Here's how I found it. A friend told me about it. We were hanging out and we had this bottle of MetaPWR oil on the table, and she said, "Have you tried this?" And I said, "I have not." So she told me, just take a drop, see what it's like. And I loved it. It's quite strong, but I like the taste of it. And I did notice that I didn't want to eat sweets after that. Now, here's the thing. I'm a health coach, but I'm also human. I definitely have cravings sometimes. And just like everybody else, there are evenings when I can get very snacky and just want to eat more chocolate or cookies than what's good for me. I'm not talking about binge eating here, but I am talking about this need to have a little something just before bed. And I just know that this is not the healthiest thing for me. And I'm not against sugar. I think sugar is totally fine. And the best time to eat sugar is before workouts. This is when the body is able to process it best. But it's not a very, very good time to eat it right before you go to bed. And this is when I tend to get a little bit of cravings after dinner or even later before going to bed. So I got this oil and I started taking a drop after my dinner, and my sugar cravings have gone way down. And I'm not saying that I will never snack again, I'll never eat chocolate again. I know that this is not going to happen. But I will say that if I, after dinner, get a craving, I'm going to try this first. It does work. According to doTERRA website, this blend of essential oils can help target your adipose tissue, which is your fat cells, fat tissue. And it also says that peppermint, that's one of the several oils that's in here, helps reduce appetite and cravings. It also has several citrus essential oils in here. So it has grapefruit oil, lemon oil, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon bark. And to me, when I taste it, I really taste the cinnamon and ginger, slightly sweet, slightly spicy, and I feel like this is exactly the thing that takes the sugar craving away. It's actually really pleasant taste. So now after I've finished my dinner, I sometimes take a drop of this, and I generally don't get the urge to eat sugar anymore, which is pretty cool and definitely helpful if you want to lose weight. The second product in the Lean Living Kit is this fiber powder. Now, this is the very first doTERRA product that I ever tried. I originally ordered it because I had this uncomfortable problem called constipation, and I just wanted to get some help. One thing that fiber does really well is getting things moving well in your digestive tract. But that's not the only reason why fiber is important. Fiber also matters for healthy blood sugar regulation, and it can also help manage your appetite. When your goal is weight loss, then managing your blood sugar is one of the biggest keys, one of the most important things that you have to do. The more stable your blood sugar, the less cravings you get, the easier your muscle building is, and the better your hormonal health is as well. The goal that I have for myself as well as my clients is to get 25 grams of fiber every day. And of course, we mostly want to get it from fruits and vegetables, some grains and so on. But sometimes you just don't reach that goal. And this is where this kind of supplement can be very, very useful. This doTERRA fiber powder gives you 6 grams of fiber per scoop. The scoop is inside here. And sometimes I take 1 scoop, sometimes I take 1.5. If I take 1.5, I get 9 grams of fiber. One thing that I really love about this fiber, and I didn't love about psyllium husk, for example, is that psyllium husk gets very thick very quickly. So you mix it and you leave your glass on a table or on a countertop for even just a minute and becomes a thick jelly that you just cannot consume. That's never a problem with this fiber because it doesn't become thick. It's not uncomfortable to drink. It's actually really enjoyable and it tastes like lemons and apples. Some people like to even drink it warm and they say that it tastes like warm apple cider. I usually have it cold and I have it either first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening. This fiber powder contains lemon essential oil, natural vitamin C, and a prebiotic blend as well. And the fiber comes from apples, tapioca, and flax. And I use this a lot. I use it daily. And as you can see, nothing left in there. I use it all the time. Before we move on to the next product in my Lean Living kit, I want to remind you that if you don't know how to start your strength training, you are confused, go ahead and download my free guide. It's called Fit from Scratch and it has 6 workouts in it. You can do all these workouts together with me because these are follow along style. You can see me demonstrating every single exercise. And there are 2 options. You can choose between the beginner version and the intermediate version. The beginner is done with body weight only. You can do it at home. You don't have to go anywhere. You just need your body weight and a band. And then the intermediate option will be with dumbbells. And that one too, you can completely do it at home. No need to go anywhere. So make sure that you get these workouts. If you haven't yet, the link is in description. Number 3, Deep Blue Rub. This was the second product that I ever bought from doTERRA. I think actually a friend sent me a little sample to try, and after I tried it, I was sold. It was that good. If you strength train, then sore muscles are just part of the process. That's what you get sometimes. And sometimes you end up with a little bruise or you tweak a little something. And these are the times where this Deep Blue Rub can be super helpful. One thing that I find really interesting is that people feel a little differently on their skin. For me, it has a cooling sensation and it's really nice. And other people say they feel like it's warming. So you just have to try it out to see which one is you. But I've had so many great examples of how this little tool has helped me. And they are the reasons why this thing is in my gym bag every time I go to the gym. I remember how one time I had trained my hamstrings really hard. Do you know that feeling where already 2 hours after workout, you're like, this is going to be bad tomorrow? Well, that's what happened. I knew this is going to be bad because 2 hours after finishing my workout, it was really difficult to go up the stairs, to use my leg muscles. And the worst part was the hamstrings. What I did, I made myself an Epsom salt bath with lavender essential oil, which I will tell you more about in just a little bit. And after that bath, I put this on the back of my legs, on my hamstrings. And I woke up the next day feeling so much better than I anticipated. Another time was when I was dealing with a shoulder injury that was actually taking very long to recover. And I probably hurt my tendon. Tendons take a while to get better. Now, while this thing cannot heal tendons, what it did for me, it helped me reduce pain and reduce inflammation so that I could still work out, of course, around my injury, but I was still able to use my arm. I really used it throughout my injury recovery. I'm happy to say that now the injury is gone, but this thing helped me so much while I was still dealing with it. And here's my husband's experience. Last week, he was wearing a different pair of shoes that he doesn't always wear, and his feet started hurting. And I asked him, do you want to try this? Because he had never tried it before. And once he put it on, his reaction was like, what is this? Because I've tried many muscle rubs before and nothing has ever been this helpful. One very important tip for you though, don't stick your fingers in your eyes. Don't rub your eyes after you put this on your skin. Trust me on that one. The fourth product in my Lean Living kit is Lavender Essential Oil. Lavender is really known for its calming and soothing properties for the body as well as for the mind. What we know about strength training is that our muscles repair and get stronger while we are resting. not while we are at the gym. This is the work that needs to be done, of course, but the actual healing, repairing, recovery happens while we're resting. And that's why sleep is so important. And this is where lavender can really help. And this was the first reason why I got lavender. I just wanted to sleep better. Like I mentioned before, I also use it as a recovery tool. I told you about my very sore hamstrings, and this is when I used lavender oil as well. And I still do. Whenever I feel like I had a pretty hard workout, I make myself an Epsom salt bath. I typically put 2 cups of Epsom salt and maybe 5 to 7 drops of lavender essential oil, and it is incredibly calming and soothing for the body. And you very likely are going to wake up with less sore muscles than what you thought. At least this is my experience every time. A couple of other ways how you can use lavender essential oil for sleep is that you can obviously diffuse it in a diffuser and put it next to your bed. This is what I do. But you can also make yourself a nice mist. So you could put some clean water in a glass spray bottle, put some water in there, put some lavender essential oil in there, use it on your pillows, you can use it on your sheets, and honestly, anywhere in your home where you want to create a more calming and relaxing environment. And for better sleep, you can also actually rub it on the bottoms of your feet. If you have very, very sensitive skin, then it's recommended that you use some carrier oil. Carrier oil is just a simple oil that helps dilute the essential oil a little bit better. And you probably have some carrier oil at home already because you have some olive oil or coconut oil or grapeseed oil in your kitchen. So you can use those oils and add a couple of drops of this and use it on the bottoms of your feet to promote better sleep. And last but not the least, number 5 in the Lean Living Kit is peppermint essential oil. Peppermint oil has so many different uses that it would deserve a whole 2-hour video because there's just so many. But today we're talking about strength training and how it can help you with your fitness. I love using this before I start my weightlifting workouts because it has this nice uplifting, energizing effect. Very different from caffeine, let alone energy drinks, which I will not touch it anymore. But when you use this one, you're going to notice uplifted feeling, uplifted mood, and a nice cooling sensation. And also, like, you can go a little bit harder in your workout. So it's like a natural energy boost without sketchy ingredients because this is just peppermint. Here's how I would use it. So I would just take a few drops and put it on the back of my neck before I start my lift, sometimes also on my temples. And I'm immediately noticing like better mood, better energy. It's really invigorating. You can actually also take it internally if you want to. It's quite strong, but I do it sometimes. And again, just like with lavender before, if you have very sensitive skin, you can mix this with a little bit of a carrier oil to dilute it a bit. Does peppermint essential oil make you stronger? No, but for me, it helps me feel more energized and more ready to go after my workout. And sometimes it's exactly this little mental or physical boost that you need in order to really get the most out of your workout. As a coach, I say this to women who are 40 plus quite often. We have to give our muscles a strong signal to change. That's why we cannot use just small weights and just kind of half do our workouts but not push very hard. When you're 40 or above, your muscles need to hear a strong signal, which is we have to do this. We really need to go hard here. And I'm not talking about pushing yourself to burnout, but your weight selection has to be so that your body is actually going to change from it. And this is where I find this essential oil very helpful because it helps you get that little boost of energy, that little push that you might really need. And one last thing that I just have to mention because it is July and I'm in Arizona, which means that it is very, very hot outside. When you use this oil the same way that I showed you before, on the back of your neck, on your temples, it has this really nice cooling effect. So being outside is not quite as terrible as it would be otherwise. And peppermint is one of these oils that I use literally every single day. If you're ready to get started with Lean Living Kit, I have created a really handy link that you can find in the description that has all of these 5 products in it. Just click the link in description to check it out. And you see that there's also a couple of free gifts included. Or if you'd like some extra help, feel free to just send me an email. I can help you maximize the free gifts available with this order because these gifts actually change month to month. You'll find how to contact me in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here today, And make sure to check out the next video as well.